There is really only one song, and it's the great song, it's the cosmic song. It's the song that all things and all animals and all plants and all humans sing in their deepest heart. And every song that a human sings with his or her voice is only an expression of that one great song that is there from the beginning and will be there after the end. The great song, the great sound comes out of silence, or it isn't a great song. If you listen deeply to the silence within, then you find that song. St. Francis, he was the great troubadour of God because he came out of the silence as of weeks that he would spend in solitude here, and then the love of God was so filling his heart that it had to overflow, and he would go and hold one stick as a fiddle and another stick as the fiddle bow, and he would just sing to God that great song that was in his heart, overflowing. And if we can learn that, if we can start with the silence, then we too can make with two sticks the most beautiful music in the world. Rainer Maria Rilke, he speaks about the change that is happening all the time around us. And he says, even though the world changes like cloud formations, all that is fulfilled returns home to the one, to the changeless one. Above all the turning and changing, wider and freer remains your song, God with the lyre, God with the harp. Sufferings have not been learned. Loving has not really been learned, and what separates us in death has not been unveiled. But the great song hallows and celebrates it all. In another poem, he says, I live my life in big circles that surround all things, that circle around all that is. Maybe I will not complete the last circle, but I will attempt it. I circle around God, that ancient tower, and I have been circling for centuries and millennia, and I do still not know, am I a falcon, a storm, or the great song? Each one of us is called to become that great song that comes out of the silence. And the more we let ourselves down into that silence, the more we'll become capable of singing that great song.
When you pray, go into your inner room, close your door, and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. When the day of Pentecost came, they were all together in one place. Suddenly a sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. They saw what seemed to be tongues of fire that separated and came to rest on each of them. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit enabled them. Now there were staying in Jerusalem God-fearing Jews from every nation under heaven. When they heard this sound, a crowd came together in bewilderment, because each one heard them speaking in his own language. Utterly amazed, they asked, "Are not all these men who are speaking Galileans? then how is it that each of us hears them in his own native language?